they're all good.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Are you ready? What was the most challenging experience in your life, and talk about the valuable lesson it taught you?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Chairperson, Toastmaster, whatever you're calling yourself today. The most challenging experience in my life, and certainly had plenty of them. And I was thinking of Thanksgiving many years ago when I was actually on the USS Enterprise, and I was thinking of the cruise we were on at the time, and one of the challenges that I had as the ship's meteorologist. And we were up in the North Pacific, up near the Aleutian Islands. And as a ship's meteorologist, I was responsible for forecasting the weather, making sure that the pilots knew what the weather was going to be, where they could land, and so forth. Well, this particular day was a beautiful sunny day, but the temperature was quite cool, and the air was quite moist, and fog started to form, and it was this sea fog that once in a while we see around here, but generally we don't. It wasn't very high. In fact, from the top of the carrier up near the bridge, and it was a beautiful clear day, but I couldn't see the flight deck because it was in fog. Now, we had a fleet of aircraft in the air, F-14s, and they couldn't come in and land because they couldn't see the flight deck. And what are we going to do? Normally, if we were off the coast, we send them to the nearest friendly field, which in this case didn't exist. The nearest field was in Kamchatka at Pavlopavlovsk, and this was during the Cold War, and the Russians at that time were shooting down Korean airliners and things like this. So that really wasn't an option. Well, fortunately, we had two other carriers in our battle group, and one of those carriers found a hole in the clouds. And they were actually able to land the F-14s on that carrier instead of ours, which created another set of problems. But the good part is we didn't have to ditch 15 F-14s and lose a bunch of pilots. So that was probably the most challenging thing I can think of.